I don't always like to share what happened in my toxic relationship because I feel like my videos should be about survivors and not myself. A lot of information provided in all of my videos, however, does directly come from what I experienced. And so for this video, I'm just going to open up and share the top toxic narcissistic tricks that I fell for. So, number one, I completely fell for the love bombing. And I've talked about love bombing a lot. I don't really feel like the love bombing that I received was anything different or unique or special. I was just really overwhelmed by how many texts and calls I was getting a day and how very complimentary they were. I have no shame in talking about how I soaked up all of this toxic love bombing because my self esteem was incredibly low at that time. I had confessed feelings for a person who did not feel the same way as me, and I just wasn't feeling my best. And it seemed like literally at the most convenient time, the narcissist swooped in, like the vultures that they are, and began telling me everything that I wanted to hear. However, the funny thing is I didn't really want to hear it from the narcissist. I, of course, wanted to hear these things from the person who rejected me, but I accepted it from the narcissist. And I feel like this is important to recognize as we go through healing. The narcissist is not, in fact, the end all be all. The person love bombing me, again, really wasn't even who I wanted the attention from. It was just accepted. I would wake up to pages and pages of text messages every morning, someone begging to talk to me, to see me, to spend time with me. And this was a concept that was very new to me. I had never really dealt with anything like this before, so naively, I assumed it was genuine. I do remember having those moments of thinking, this is too good to be true, but damn, at that point in my life, I think I just overlooked it because I really needed it to be true. Number two, I fell for the power moves. I would get texts very late in the night, come over, I miss you, I want to see you, blah, blah, blah. And at the time, that toxicity, that struggle for power was misconstrued into how sweet they want to spend every waking second with me. I had many days going to work, being tired as hell, running on 2 hours of sleep, iced coffee, and a dream. But I was on cloud nine because I had spent hours talking about anything and everything with who I was told was my soulmate. What I wasn't realizing was how quickly I was handing over the power, the control, my self-esteem, and everything else in between. I was sacrificing so many things just to have those late nights. There were times I didn't even want to have those late nights, but I did because I began to be guilt-tripped and it made me feel terrible. They would pout, whine, tell me I was selfish. They weren't asking for much. It was a quick drive. Come on. Number three. I fell for the extremely dangerous one-day wager. As this relationship progressed, it went downhill, as they all do. I was having a very, very hard time letting go and ending things. I knew it was the end long before the end actually happened. What started happening was talks about time. It became a new thing for a few months towards the end, where the narcissist needed so much time. Suddenly, they had so much they needed to sort out, so much they needed to do, so much thinking. They just needed time, and a little bit more time. And like I said, I fell for this very dangerous game. Lots of narcissists tell folks they need time, and some more time. And we give them that, thinking things are going to improve. But all it does is keep us hanging on longer. Honestly, things would have fallen apart months sooner if I hadn't have given the time. Instead of November, it would have been July. Not that that's a huge gap, but every relationship has a different time frame. At the end, all I really ended up doing was just giving this person the time they needed to seek out new supply as they kept me on the back burner, and they were very slowly able to make that transition and that jump from source to source. As a survivor, I provide personalized counseling sessions tailored to meet every survivor's unique needs. Whether you're struggling with self-doubt, boundary setting, or just navigating through the aftermath of abuse, I'm here to listen, to validate, and guide you towards healing and feeling better. Reach out to get started today. The information you need is down in the video description. Number 4, I fell for the sob stories. A narcissist smells an empath like a shark just smells blood in the water, and I still can't figure out how they can really do it. Top reasons why certain people are chosen by narcissists is for how caring, understanding, forgiving, and thoughtful they are. Frankly, these are rare qualities and narcissists know it. So, yes, throughout all my dealings with this person, I heard one harrowing tale of woe after another. The last partner left them, of course, and left him for the narc's best friend. I mean, can you just believe it? Their apartment burned down. The car got stolen. They got robbed. They were forced to leave their job because they were standing up for something they believed in. Shit. I mean, I heard it all in less than 2 years. This person died, that person died, and this and that, and oh my God, you had never heard a more Oliver Twist little tale of someone so sad and pathetic in your whole life. And I won't lie, hearing those things hurt me. I have sympathy for the mentally disturbed. Nonetheless, it made me jump in and give even more. That's exactly what the sob story is designed to do, to make you feel bad and give more and more. Love bombing, added in a little bit of guilt and a little bit of boo-hoo, poor me, and I was putty in the narcissist's hands. Number 5, I fell big time for future faking. Nothing, and I mean nothing, was more alluring to me, more euphoric and intoxicating than talking to this person about what our future was going to be like once we got married, had kids, and we were living the dream. We had conversations about naming our kids. I remember the names that we picked, where we were going to live, and how one day, not now, of course, but one day it was going to be perfect. It took me far too long to put 2 and 2 together as to why we couldn't make it perfect now, in that moment, you know? Every time something was wrong, it was just quickly swept under the rug, and future faking came in to save the day, made all the goals, made all the plans, but it seemed that we could just never quite get there. Number 6, I fell for the underdog. A very common fairy tale that narcs love to share is how everyone's against them, everyone hates them, and everybody is out to get them. Now, some narcs have way more of this paranoia than others do. As mine had substance abuse problems, I think this made the paranoia even worse. But most narcs are paranoid to a certain degree. I mean, duh. Yeah, you keep screwing over everybody you know, and you're going to start sleeping with like one eye open and looking over your shoulder everywhere you go. So when this person was paranoid, it was always because something bad had happened through no fault of their own, of course. That classic narky lack of responsibility. I lost my job, but you don't understand. They were unreasonable. Somebody was out to get me. It was quit or be fired. You don't get it. I had special circumstances. Blah, blah, blah. Insert more sob stories here. And I call this falling for the underdog because these people pretend to be so put upon and so wronged. And I guess just for me personally, it taps into my nature of healing and fixing and wanting everything to be good and wanting everyone to be happy. I root for the underdog, and I think a lot of people do. We take these people under our wing, so to speak, and we are convinced that we will love them back to life. We will help them and bring them back from the brink of death or, whatever the case may be. We'll just be their lifelong cheerleader and everything they need. So these are some of the tricks that I fell for when I was dealing with a narcissist. If nothing else, maybe this will show survivors that it happens to everybody. It doesn't make you stupid. It doesn't make you anything. I also hope that maybe this will show some people that you can do amazing things even after narcissistic abuse. It doesn't have to rule you or own you or control you. Healing is absolutely possible. Moving on is possible. And getting away from a narcissist is really the best choice that you will ever make in your life. If you would like to share with me some things that happened to you, of course, do that down in the comments. If you found my video enjoyable, useful, helpful in any way, I invite you to subscribe to my channel It's free and it helps my channel reach people across the platform and across the globe, which has been my mission now for over 5 years. I post videos on narcissism almost daily. Thank you for your consideration on subscribing. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.